What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. We just lost Andrew. I am the Wolfman. Hope you are doing well. We are back with another awards roundtable. It is a really busy time for us right now because I'm still doing my film festival coverage, guys. I have my day 3 already uploaded for the film festival, and I'm about to upload day 4 once our editor gets to it, but he is being slow today. Love you, Nolan. Just kidding. But he is being very but he's handling it. Then I'll upload day 4 for you guys, and then I'm gonna get to day 5. So been busy with film festival stuff, and now I was like, Ross is I'm not gonna say the reasons why, but he's gonna be a little bit out of commission this week. So I was like, before he is out of commission for the week, I might as well do a awards roundtable so he can be at least a part of it, and we can discuss more stuff because more awards type stuff has come out. So and now I have seen more awards players thanks to this festival. So I will definitely be able to talk about some of them tonight because some of them are nominated here at the Gotham. So I'll be able to discuss what I think of some of them. Some of them I haven't reviewed yet on the channel. Some of them I have. So you guys can definitely stay tuned for that. And then also, speaking of reviews, we also have a Conclave review for you guys because I have not gotten around to reviewing Conclave yet. And that is obviously a huge Oscar contender because it is an ABC Oscars right now with Anora, Brutalist, and Conclave. So this is a big one to look out for, and we're going to review it first, and then we're going to get to the Gotham Awards. And then if we have time, I want to kind of break down what kind of films I think could be awards players from the ones I watched from the festival. So that should be interesting, but let us first start off with Conclave. So I finally got around to seeing this last week before the festival. I watched it I think that Tuesday or so when the Gotham Awards came out. So I got to watch them on that day, and I was utterly blown away by this movie. I thought the script was just superb in every sense of the word. It has my favorite adapted screenplay. It's not my favorite screenplay of the year, but it's my favorite adapted screenplay of the year for sure. And it is just such a deep movie, a very relevant film, especially knowing that it's a political film about trying to elect a new pope into the church. It's very timely with trying to elect a president, and we have an election happening tomorrow. So it's very much a timely kind of film, and such. And I like the way it tackled it. It never was fully one-sided or anything. It was just kind of being completely let's take a look at every single side here and just really explore it on a deeper level. So there was that. And then also just the performances were excellent from Ray Fiennes, from Stanley Tucci, all of them. Every performance in here was just absolutely exquisite. It was just such a well-made, well-crafted movie. Edward Berger, who did All Quiet on the Western Front, directed it, and he did a excellent job directing this film. And I couldn't be more happy with it. I want to say it's in my top 10 of the year, but I've seen so many good movies at this festival, and I haven't added them to my 2024 list yet, that I have to see where it all ends up and see if this is still in my top 10. But it's, as of now, until I add those films on my list from the festival, this is definitely in my top 10 of the year, and I absolutely loved it, and can't wait to see it again. What did you think of it, Ross? I know you really love this one.
Oh, I love this. It's still my favorite film of the year. So yeah, they're actually doing the book is actually still really good too. But yeah, Stanley Tucci was great, and then there's this actor who I feel isn't getting enough credit, which I will not say. I won't say the character's name, but I think we all know who he is.
Yeah.
Let me look up the actor's name. Okay, first of all, is that two people actually Sergio Castelletto is really good, right?
Yes.
And then also Carlos Diaz.
Carlos Diaz. Oh, he was excellent in this. Yeah. I am.
Yeah. But you know who I thought I kept on getting that actor wrong. You know that Sergio Castelletto? Do you know who I thought it was?
Who?
That one Carlo Ganini.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you.
But yeah,
I loved it,
Yeah, but yeah, Carlos Diaz, he plays Benitez, and he is excellent in this movie. And Ralph Fiennes is up there with my favorite male performance of the year. He's definitely in the top 3 at least. But I gotta say, what I'm worried about with his Oscar chances is that the Oscars love very showy performances, and he is super subtle in this movie. He's only got one scene where he yells, and it's for a second, which is that scene where he's like, "This conversation has happened," or something.
Yeah. Mike Wolf. I just sent you the picture of the. Sorry, I sent you the picture of the actor who I thought it was at first.
Oh, him. Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Because they're both Italian,
Yeah, but not.
Yeah.
But he was. Yeah, he did a really good job in this too. I definitely agree.
Isabella Rossellini she does her job, but guys, she's not getting nominated. She has less to do than America Ferrera did in Barbie.
Yeah, and I mean America Ferrera was nominated, but like we talked about, America Ferrera at least had a whole scene where she gives a big speech and all that stuff.
And America Ferrera is also, if you could say, she was a vital character. She was in at least 30% of the movie, Barbie Land, they get her. She goes back to Barbie Land. She helps the Barbies do this. She helps them do that. Boom, we're in this movie. Boom, she just comes and goes. It's hey, she has a little scene here. Then we don't see her for 20 minutes. Shows up for a second. Don't see her for 20 minutes. So
yeah.
So
but also too, hot take, Isabella Rossellini was way better in Spaceman than she was in this movie.
But you also remember though the year, Ross, that they nominated the wrong girl, in my opinion, the wrong actress from Phantom Thread. To me, they should have done Meryl Streep's lookalike. I always call her Meryl Streep's lookalike, but I forget what the actress's name is.
Vicky Creeps.
Vicky Creeps, yeah. She should have been the one that was nominated for Phantom Thread, but then they nominated the other girl from Phantom Thread, and she was barely in the movie. So
yeah, but my do you agree with me that though about that movie Spaceman though?
Oh, that Elizabeth Rossellini was
better in Spaceman.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. For sure. Wasn't she the therapist in it or something?
Yeah, she was the one that was interviewing them, the head of the space thing.
But it
could
have been the script because I also saw the movie. By the way, I adored this movie. This movie, this is a movie that had me from start to finish, like completely hooked, like within the first 10 minutes. First of all, the cinematography is beautiful, like the church and everything, beautifully shot, you know.
There's a shot, and I hate to interrupt. I'll let you continue in just a second, but there's a shot that where like a bunch of them. All I'll say is a bunch of them are like walking with umbrellas, and it's like an upper shot with like that you can see it, and all of them are like there's a whole group walking in like fog with umbrellas. It looked gorgeous, that scene. Yeah.
Especially also with the red uniforms, it looked perfect. I love how the movie was darker, so that the red outfits would, you know, stand out more. I love that. I love that. The music was great. The writing was top notch. Like the writing in the story was top notch. If you talk about this movie being a political, like having a political undertones, like there are lines and moments in this movie that feel very, even though if we're not in this situation as them with like churches and everything, we still feel like hey, they said this line, it's kind of reminiscent of this, or that line is kind of reminiscent of that, but it doesn't force it down your throat. And what I also love is you got to see all the shady shit as well, you know. You got to see everybody being exposed, you know, with which happens with a lot of politicians and people who like stand on soapboxes and yell and scream and rant. It's kind of like at the end of the day, the chickens always usually come home to roost. And in this movie, that happened, and like that made it like very, very like, ooh, what's the next turn gonna be, you know? And it made it especially interesting. And like this is a movie that within like the first 10 minutes I'm like, okay, this movie has my 100% focus for the full amount of time, because I went into this skeptical. I'm like, okay, I'm either gonna love this movie or I'm not gonna love it, but I'm gonna have a lot of respect for it. And it didn't take me long to be like, yep, I'm gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
And
And I was raving to it about him. I was raving right after I saw it.
And the ending, when it's revealed who the new Pope is, I could not have wished for a happier ending. And it's not a predictable.
Also, the final shot is actually really telling. But like, this is doing well. Do you know why?
Why?
When I saw it opening day, there was literally 40 people in the theater. And do you know what time this was though?
What?
10:50 in the morning on a Friday morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I went to go see it in theater, it was a smaller auditorium, but like almost the entire back row where I was at was like there's like a back section and then a front section. No one was in the front area section, but like almost the entire back area section was like filled up, which was
yes. This script is great. The acting is superb. Like, I see a lot of nominations coming in this movie, especially for writing, directing, picture, and performances. Like, as of this minute, I know this is probably going to change, but if the Oscars were tomorrow, this would be my vote for Best Picture, because only one other movie is above it.
Also, it's doing extremely good for a movie like this. The budget was $20 million, and it's only been in theaters for 2 weekends. It's made $15.2 million. So, like, it's not doing that bad for a movie like this. It's doing pretty good. I think it will make its money back by the end of its theatrical run.
And keep in mind, keep in mind this is an Oscar movie, so I know exactly what's gonna happen.
What?
This is probably going to the theater start of December, and then once it starts to get to like February, they'll say, "Hey, it's back! It's coming back! For limited release." And because if you know how Regal and other and AMC do that thing for the Oscar season every year, they'll have all of the Oscar movies playing, like
Oh yeah, all the Best Picture nominees will play in a theater.
yeah,
So yeah.
yes, for like 3 or 4, for like a whole month, there will be like a theater or two dedicated to just
Which is why I turned down seeing Amelia Perez at the festival, because I was like, one, it comes to Netflix, so I can watch it on Netflix, but then two, since it's practically going to be a Oscar Best Picture contender, I'll get another opportunity to see it in the theater. So it was like one of those kind of things with me.
so yeah, so if the Oscars, so if this won Best Picture, I definitely would not be saying boo, boo, boo.
It's not going to win, though. I don't think it's going to win.
I don't think it's going to win. I think it's mostly a 2-horse race, but I think this is still third. I think this is the third place pick for Best Picture, though. I definitely do think that.
I think it's third or fourth. Do you know why?
Why?
Amelia Perez, too.
No,
I think this is above Amelia Perez, because apparently Amelia Perez is getting a lot of, like, right now, all the backlash for Amelia Perez is starting to hit now. And
for what?
So,
what backlash?
For apparently the way they handle the trans community. Some people are not happy with it, the way that like they handle stuff with the trans community.
Okay.
And so like there's been some stuff talking about it, and I didn't get to see Amelia Perez at the festival, but I did talk to people, because I like the last day I was by myself, so I was like interacting with people who got to see Amelia Perez, and they said, yeah, that was a weird movie, man. But I don't know. I'll have to see how Amelia Perez does.
But Conclave is going to be one of those movies that like, even though I'm in love with Wicked, even though I've been talking about that a lot, that gets best pick, that gets a nomination, I would not be upset if Conclave won. I would be saying I am so happy that a movie of this caliber, and this writing, and this story is getting the love, because this is the kind of scripts I like, very tightly written, very much like one of the if you really have to focus on the dialogue, like ones that like, ooh, you may even want to see this again to really understand what is going on, and all of the characters' names and what they look like and everything.
It's a very sophisticated script. Makes it feel like it's smart. This is something that is not like, it's a very smartly written movie. It doesn't tell you everything, or it doesn't show you everything. Some things are left, like there's a very subtle things. You'll see some people write like when he's voting, you'll see him write a person's name, but they don't show the name that he wrote, and he just closes up the envelope and hands it to the main vote, like the judges and everything. And so stuff like that enhanced it and made it even better for me. And I agree. I loved the score from I forget the composer's name, but the score was excellent. That like it heightened every single scene. It made me feel like I was on the edge of my seat, because it truly was like an intense kind of score to it. His name is Volker Bertelmann. He also did All Quiet on the Western Front, Ammonite, and a few other really good.
At the end of the day, very, very good movie to start off the Oscar season with, because this is only the beginning for a lot of these movies, because like movies like Amelia Perez and The Brutalism aren't even near me yet. So this is just the beginning for me for the Oscar movies coming to theaters and everything.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean we have this one that opened up, and then also just like in select theaters right now is Anora. So like we're getting all these different Oscar movies finally opening up,
so excited for Nora.
and seeing more kind of stuff.
I'm so excited for Nora. You have no clue how excited I am for Nora. That movie is gonna be so good. I can already tell that I'm really going to enjoy it, and and the more and more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe this could be like second place at the end of the year, like second or third, or hell, even possibly even first place at the end of the year. I do not know, but the trailer just looks so good and so interesting. Like from the minute you showed me, I was like, okay, I want to see this. And from all the stuff you told me after you saw it, I'm like, okay, now you've heightened my love, my anticipation. You brought it from like a 7 to a solid 10, like right away.
Oh yeah, and that is actually a really good segue to discussing.
You know what else too, though? Do I heard though, Andrew, though, about the Oscars though? Do I heard?
What?
I heard Wicked could actually be a winner. I've heard that now from other people.
I think they would. Who?
FYC.
Have they seen it?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, but at the same time, I don't think it is. I think that they'll want to hold off and give it the win for part 2. Like that's what I would imagine if they were to do something like that.
But also too, like, do what else it could be though? Do what else it could be?
What?
Okay, Gone to win Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
They might want to say like we screwed up, and it's the 85th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz.
That's true.
And the whole thing about part 1s and part 2s is sometimes there's a lot of concerns about like even if it's by the same director, like it's kind of like, is part 2 gonna be as good as part 1? So they may say, you know what, let's give it the kudos now, because we don't know if the level of quality is going to be there for part 2, which it probably is. But if we've seen movies that have like a lot of, like, it could have been like a Joker 2, like where it's like the first part is so good and then the second part is, what is this, kind of like a thing. Now, I'm not saying that it is going to be like Joker 2. I'm just saying that has happened where like the first one is so good and then the second one is eh. And personally, as a viewer of the show, I've seen Wicked. And now I don't know about the elements of the book, but if they're just going by the musical, the second half is my favorite moment. But I felt like the first half is a better story. So
yeah, no, that makes sense.
So they may say, hey, let's do that. No, I'm not saying that that's gonna win. I was just arguing the whole holding off section. That's all.
Yeah,
Are y'all able to see the shared screen?
Ooh,
yeah.
yes, great movie.
Perfect. All right. Just was making sure that it wasn't glitching out because I wanted to
Don't.
go over the Gotham Hollywood report. Don't what?
I was getting me like, don't lie. You just wanted to look at Zendaya.
I did. I also, any day I get a chance to look at Zendaya, I'm also a happy man. So that is also an excuse as to why I wanted to share a screen so we can all look at Zendaya together. But we're going to go through all the categories here for the Gotham Awards. The Gotham Awards are kind of like the first award show of the season. I mean, other than the Emmys, the first movie award show of the season. And it's one of
And they
those
matter, but they
ones
don't.
where
They matter, but they don't matter. But they matter, but they don't.
they matter the same way that the Independent Spirit Awards matter.
Because
where it's like it's not really going to affect the Oscar race, but it's like, but there are still some things, and we'll get to it now. When there's one thing in particular in one of these categories that I think is definitely going to help for Oscars, but usually it's not that big of a deal because it's like 5 jury members for each category get to select something, and it's like, so it's really not like a huge deal when it comes to the Oscars and such. So but our nominees for Best Feature are, we have Anora, Baby Girl, which I've not seen yet. That's from A24. Looks incredible though. Challengers, A Different Man, which I missed my press screening of, unfortunately, and then Nickel Boys. So have not seen that one either. So, but those are the 5 picks for Best Feature.
I wish Challengers would get in for the Oscars, but it won't. But it deserves. But it would deserve it to get in.
I wouldn't say count it out entirely because his other film Queer doesn't look like it's going to be a contender. So I would say, like, if it can pick back up steam, like maybe if they were to do something like a re-release or to do something like that, and it can pick up momentum again, then I would say the Challengers could potentially get at least like a screenplay and like editing nomination or something.
I meant for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for Best Picture. Yeah. I mean, potentially there is a world where it can happen. I have it like at 15 right now for Best Picture, so there.
You know which
there is a
one
world.
they'll do?
I think. What?
I don't know if this movie got like any Gotham awards, but Andrew, you gotta watch a movie because I could see it being an Oscar contender in like actress and picture, and that's The Substance.
Which one?
The Substance.
Oh, The Substance. Oh, yeah. Okay, so The Substance. I might. We might need to make a whole video, guys, on on The Substance and its Oscar chances, because I've changed my whole tune entirely. I told Andrew this, but I honestly think The Substance is Get Out of this decade. And what I mean by that is how the reason why Get Out was such an important movie, like it got so much awards praise and everything, was because of the fact it was such an important movie for the Black community. And I feel the same kind of conversations are happening, but with women about The Substance. The Substance is very much so impacting women right now. And women are like taking a hold of this message of it. I told I told Andrew that depending on the way the election goes, there could be what I could see them doing something like oh yeah, stick it to the man. Come on, Chloe Farge, get in for best director, get in for best picture, get in for all this stuff, you know.
I could see it getting in both ways. I could see it being it being like if it leans more towards one way, I could see more being like, yeah, celebrate women, let's nominate this, you know, or the other side, it's gonna be like the revolutionary. You know, we gotta stick it to them. We've got to nominate this great movie. You know,
Andrew, you can buy it now. You know that, right?
Michael and me already talked.
But I'm gonna let him borrow my movie account. I'm gonna let him borrow my movie account so he can watch it for free. So,
but actually, I was thinking about doing, you know, like a live reaction to it too. You know, on the channel.
Oh,
that's okay.
Oh yeah, dude, you have to film. You have to record her. Honestly, I might even be tempted to just watch it with Andrew, so then I can see his reaction to the movie.
Oh my god, yeah.
Or at least puts a camera to it, because like, oh my god, like anybody who watches it, like it is. I've always gotta see the reaction. Now that's on movie. I'm also gonna show my mom the movie very soon, and I'm gonna like record her reaction while she's watching it. So
because Andrew, Mike was cracking up at my reactions in the theater.
Because I'm so excited to see this movie now. It's very.
Weren't you cracking up in the theater at me, huh?
Yeah, and Ross got like. Yeah, and what was great is that like everyone was this way, so it wasn't like in an annoying way. He would like full on, but everyone was acting that way. But he, fuck, like it was so funny. It was
because like I'm usually pretty quiet in movies. Like I'm actually pretty quiet, aren't I? Normally.
Yeah, I mean, you only like when we went to go see the other one together. I'm blanking on. Azrael, when we go see Azrael, there's only like 2 scenes where you were like, oh shit, you know, that kind of thing, because like from jump scares or whatever. But like really you were quiet for like a majority of the film. As soon as the third act like started, it was like every minute you were getting loud with the substance, and I was like, this is excellent. It was like really great.
I'm very excited to see this movie now. Like,
oh yeah, it's still it's a toss-up between, like, it's going back and forth between The Substance and Anora for me as my favorite movie of the year. But I think Anora is still number 1, but The Substance is like a very close.
Up, wait, Conclave is my number 2, and Anora is my Substance is my number 1, actually.
Hey, funny enough, Conclave is my number 2 too as well.
But yeah, let's see what else. Okay, I heard the like he could get in A Different Man at the Golden Globes for comedy. I'm like, how is that a comedy?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I've been seeing that too. I've been seeing it pop in. And also, what's weird is that like on the Awards Expert app, they also have The Apprentice available for like the drama category at the Globes. And I was like, what? No, like The Apprentice is not a drama. So like,
Have you seen it yet?
I haven't, but like from the trailer, unless the trailers are extremely misleading, it doesn't look like a drama to me. But I can tell you that Anora is definitely a comedy, so that one would be a deserving comedy nom.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other ones on here. Yeah, I don't know. See, oh, that's another one. Challengers, for whatever reason, I think it's getting campaigned in comedy at the Globes, which is like, what? I don't understand it. It's weird to me that that's like an asinine decision, but I think that from what I've heard that they're thinking about campaigning it in comedy. So I don't know.
Maybe then like the drama category is too like intense.
Maybe, I don't know.
With like so many good ones are like, hey, I think we stand.
But it's just, if it got in for comedy, bro, that would be the stupidest comedy pick so far. I will say that The Substance is being campaigned in comedy, and that I would be okay with, only in the sense of that third act is ridiculous, like in a good way. I'm not
But
saying
then it
that
also
like
feels like a giant satire.
yeah, it's also like a satire. It's making fun of like people like Harvey Weinstein and other kinds of people like that in the industry. So, so it's on top of it being a body horror film, it is a satire. So I could be fine with that getting into comedy, but something like Challengers, it's just like, I am not so sure about that. But it's interesting. Challengers, this is the only, you'll see as we go on, this is the only nomination for Challengers at the Gotham Awards, and it was Best Picture, which is interesting. So, but yeah, that's our 5 picks there. Then we got for Best International Feature, we have All We Imagine Is Light, which I want to apologize to all of you guys. I was going to see All We Imagine Is Light, but I missed this one because it was sold out and I didn't have time to reserve it as part of my press badge. And I was like, do I want to stand in a standby line and actually like have a chance of getting rejected? So I went to go see something else instead. But then the following day, I went to see Flow, and I did stand in the standby line for that. And the person who was in the standby line with me was like, oh yeah, no one's gotten rejected so far in the standby lines. Like so far, they've been doing a really good job at getting everybody in. And I was like, shit. So I could have seen All I Imagine Is Light. and it was just one of those things where I'm like, all right, well, fuck me. I learned, So eventually I'll get around to seeing All I Imagine Is Light. But I guess I'm glad I saw the other movie instead because it didn't even have a distributor. So I have no idea how I'm even going to watch it other than that. So, but All I Imagine Is Light, it does have a distributor, which is Janus Films. So I will have a chance to see it at some point. So hopefully I can get a film independent screener. Hopefully it gets nominated for Best International Feature at the Independent Spirits. That would like be a saving grace for me because then I could finally see it and I'd be really happy there. But India done goofed and they decided not to submit All We Imagine Is Light for Best International Feature when literally it had a shot at winning Best International Feature because all the discussions for All We Imagine Is Light has been like, okay, well, it wouldn't win because Emilia Perez probably would have won since that's in picture. But still, it could have been a strong runner-up because of all the discussions behind All We Imagine Is Light has been like nothing but positive. And now it's not even going to get nominated because India decided to not submit it, which is really dumb. So they really messed it up again. They did that with RRR. Now they did it with this, where they messed it up and
Just like how
submitted the wrong
Perfect Days
film.
last year, right? How Perfect Days didn't get in out.
No, Perfect Days got in last year.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Oh, but I see that Mike Lee has a new movie out on the international one.
The international one? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Mike,
I heard.
no. Have you ever seen any of his work, Mike?
Have I ever seen what?
Any of his work?
He sounds familiar. Did I?
You would love him. He also did the movie like Naked with Dave DeLuise, Secrets and Lies.
Oh, wait a second. I might have seen his film at the festival. Hold up.
It's called Hard Truth.
Oh, no. Okay, I didn't. I was looking up something about it at the festival. Yeah, that's what it was. So I didn't see it at the festival, but I wish it was playing there because I would have seen it. But yeah, Mike, I do want to see Hard Truth. I've been hearing nothing but great things. And even though it is Bleecker Street, I do think the actress could potentially sneak in because I'm hearing she is like a best of the year kind of performance. So So I'm excited there. The other nominees, other than All We Imagine Is Light, is Green Border, which I've not seen. It is available like on VOD and such, so I'll get around to seeing it before the Gothams, but I haven't gotten around to seeing Green Border yet. But it sounds really interesting from what I've read up on about it. So I definitely would check that out. And then Hard Truths, that's one I have to try to find if it's playing in the theater.
And watch his other work too. You know, you like it. Like he did a movie called Mr. Turner, which you saw that one, right? About the painter with Timothy Spall.
That one I did see. And
did you like it though?
Yeah, I actually quite liked it.
Let me tell you though something about that movie. Okay, that's his worst film.
That's his worst. Oh my god. Jeez.
So
yeah. If that's his worst, then he's a really good director, because I actually really liked it. I actually didn't think I was gonna like Mr. Turner, because it was like a period piece about a painter, and I was like, this is gonna be boring as all hell. And then I watched it, and it was actually like really, really good. So
Hey, that was my concern with Conclave. I'm like, a bunch of people wanting to be Pope. Like, either this will be like really, really interesting or really, really boring. And I'm like, oh shit, this is actually very, very interesting.
Well, speaking of, that's actually a really good segue, because I actually did get to see, I was pronouncing it Vermiglio, but it's actually pronounced Vermiglio. I got to see that at the film festival that I attended, and that is Italy's submission for the Oscar, and it also is one of the nominees here for the Gotham Award. And that is another film that people are going to watch, and there are going to be some people who straight up are going to be bored to tears, because it's one of those films where I was entranced by it. I thought it wrapped me up in a spell, and I never wanted to leave. And it was one of those things where it has like 3-minute shots of someone sitting there contemplating while they're like smoking a cigarette. Like, it's that kind of movie. And so some people are just not going to be into this at all because of that, and because of like the pacing and such. But I was enthralled by it. It's the most visually, as far as cinematography goes, like the most jaw-dropping film I've seen this year, as far as just the cinematography and all that kind of stuff, with like the natural lighting and what they do with it. Like, I would love for it to get a cinematography nomination. I don't think it's going to though, but like, yeah, it was really amazing stuff. It's one that also sounds kind of boring, where it's like this guy returns home from 1944 from the war, and he like gets married to this one girl, but then a secret is revealed later on about him, and it kind of unravels the life of this family. So that's pretty much the story of it. There's not a whole lot there, but it's just I really connected to it though. Then there's one called Inside the Yellow Cocoon Shell, which I've not even heard of until the Gotham Awards. So I have a new one to check out. I do want to say this real quick though, and this is what I meant earlier when I was saying there's something important that I think the Gotham Awards will help with for the Oscars. And that is this, that take a look at these nominees. All right. Only one out of these 5 nominees is submitted for the Oscar. Only one of these nominees is the ones, like, when you go to Best Picture here, I fully expect Nickel Boys and Anora to be Best Picture kind of contenders. But like with this, they literally only have one. And so considering that there's only one here, I think for me, that means Vermilio is practically in. I think that means it is in for Best International Feature because of this, but also because of the fact it won the Silver Lion at Venice, which is the grand jury prize. Like the grand jury voted it best film at Venice Film Festival. So there was that, and the fact that it is the only Oscar submitted film here at the Gothams. I think that is a very safe indicator that it'll be in the 5 come Oscar morning for international feature. And I would be just fine with it because I freaking love Vermilio, and Janus Films, they usually try to throw Janus Films a bone in some capacity. Like they nominated EO, they nominated Drive My Car, they nominated like a lot of they've nominated a lot of films from them. So I would not be surprised. So keep that one on your radar for the best international feature category.
I do
that
like
one,
that company too.
You like what?
The company, is that Janus Films? You said Janus?
Janus Films, yeah.
I like them.
Dude,
I used to watch them a lot in film class.
Dude, they honestly, like, low key, they might honestly be like my new favorite studio of all time. Like, their films stretch all the way back to freaking silent era stuff. That is like incredible. Like they have a bunch of Charlie Chaplin ones, like City Lights and other really.
And they also did some of the Godzilla movies too.
Yeah, they did like the original Godzilla from like 1954 and a few of the other older Godzilla movies, and then like they've done several like older black and white movies. I think Janus Films even did like Streetwise and such that we love a lot, and like they've done like that. So they've done a lot of really great films that are excellent. So yeah, Janus Films is the real MVP. Check their stuff out. Best documentary feature. The nominees are Dahomey, Intercepted, No Other Land, Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, Sugarcane, and Union. So I'm going to be seeing Dahomey here soon because I'm getting a IDA screener for it, and I'll be seeing No Other Land here soon. I haven't watched those ones yet. Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat I have seen, and I can tell you that for me personally, I wasn't like, I respect it. I thought it was a well-crafted, well-made film. It's just not my kind of a documentary. It almost feels like a PowerPoint presentation kind of a doc than it does like a real intimate kind of documentary, and I love like the more intimate kind of docs for me. So it's not one I like super gravitated towards, but I can understand why a lot of people are loving it. And then Sugarcane is one I had a screener for, missed it, but I think I'm gonna be able to see it again here very soon. It's one that sounded really interesting. And then Union, I also have a screener available for that, so I would definitely be checking out Union here very soon. But yeah, self-distributed. That's interesting. You don't see that every day. Like all these have like different studios.
Union sounds really interesting though.
It does?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
You remember hearing about the news about like when like Amazon just unionized their workers?
Oh yeah, I've heard about.
It's about that.
I typed in Union movie and it fucking gave me the new Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry movie that is on Netflix. What the fuck? No. It was there you go. Union documentary. Oh, okay. I know which one you're referring to. Yeah, this one does look really interesting. I'm excited to check that one out. So I'll be seeing that one soon. So I should be able to see like at least a good chunk of the nominations in documentary whenever the Gotham Awards happen. And then for Best Director, the nominees are Paul Capadia for All We Imagine As Light, Sean Baker for Nora, and then we got Guan Hu for Black Dog. We got Jane Schoenberg for I Saw the TV Glow, which is like an awesome pick. I'm super happy about that. And then we got Ramel Ross for Nickel Boys. So those are the 5 picks for director. There's still some ones I have to see. Like I've never even heard of Black Dog, so I gotta check that one out. I don't know if it's available on streaming or if it's one that's like I have to wait till theaters for, but let's see. It is available on VOD. So wait, no, that's 1998. The hell? Why is Google being stupid today? It's giving me like the wrong movies. Freaking give me a 1998 film. Come on. Stupid. All right. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, there is a movie from that.
There's a movie from what?
From 1998 called Black Dog also. So.
Yeah, there is. I've apparently, and it stars Patrick Swayze. So
I've seen it. It's not that great.
Yeah, it's got a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. Doesn't look that good. So yeah, I do not see that I'm available to watch it right now, but hopefully I can find it soon. The one that I probably would go for here is probably since I missed All We Imagine As Light, I can't speak on that one yet. So I guess I would say Sean Baker, but
what about the other one then? The other best. What about the other director?
For the Jane Schoenberg.
Yeah.
I'm really tempted, but they're both almost equal for me, but I feel like Sean Baker had a lot more. Like there's a lot of, without getting spoilers, there's a lot of stuff that like happens because like I said, it feels a lot like After Hours where one crazy thing happens and one to another crazy thing to another crazy thing to another crazy thing, and it kind of makes it in a way feel like it's a little bit more of a directing kind of film. But Jane Schoenbrunn definitely did an excellent job with I Saw the TV Glow. So I would be
Andrew,
just.
You should watch that movie. You should give that movie a chance.
I started it. I need to finish it.
Yeah, I would be happy with that if it did get in. But that's all I can really say about that category because I haven't seen the other ones. Nickel Boys, I am excited about, and I will see it when it comes out. But especially because it's named after my co-host Ramel Ross. Get it? But,
yeah.
But then we got best screenplay, Between the Temples, which I missed in theaters, unfortunately. And then Evil Does Not Exist, which it does exist, but also I have seen the film, and it's good, but it's not like Hamaguchi's best. It is a good film though. And then Film, which I've also not seen, but I've heard really good things about. His Three Daughters is excellent. I watched that one on Netflix when I was on the plane.
Did you like it, Andrew, or no?
I've never seen His Three Daughters yet.
That's one you definitely should get around to this month for 2024 catch up because it was excellent. And then also Janet Planet, which just dropped on Max. So I'm going to be seeing Janet Planet very soon. It's like the new A24 film that came out. And I've been hearing nothing but like raves about Janet Planet. So I need to see that one very soon. So I'll be seeing that.
That's on my list too, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so I'll be seeing that one very soon from A24. So, but as far as screenplay, at least in this category for right now, until I see like the rest of these, I'll say his $3. Although from the trailer, Between the Temples looks like it has a goddamn like fire screenplay. Like the screenplay looks straight fire. Like it looks awesome. Then breakthrough director, we have Shuchi Talati for Girls Will Be Girls, which is one I missed at Sundance. But then we got India Donaldson for Good One, to quote the Pink Panther. It is, and that is one I have a screen for, but I haven't seen it yet. A lot of these are Sundance ones because Good One premiered at Sundance, Girls Will Be Girls was at Sundance, and In the Summers was at Sundance. So we got Alessandra Lacroza for In the Summers, and then Vera Drew for The People's Joker, which I've been wanting to see and haven't gotten around to seeing it. I don't know where.
Sounds really good. Sounds really good, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And I've had some friends who've seen it and said that they absolutely love it. So,
Oh yeah, you can actually rent it. It says you can rent it now.
oh, you can? Holy shit! I'm putting that on my.
Do you know why I'm on the Google page and it says where to watch, right?
Yeah.
It says Google Play Movies and TV for $3.99.
Oh shit! Okay, I am totally gonna do that for the November catch up. I did not know that was available because I've been wanting to see The People's Joker for a while now, and it says it's on Google Play, Fandango, Amazon Prime, and Apple TV. So I'll definitely get around to seeing this one very soon.
You want the movie that's going to be on my thing for November catch up though? Which one's going to be on mine?
What?
Daddy-O.
Oh yeah, I've heard you've been watching it. Yeah, I need to put that on my November catch up here very soon too. And then yeah, pretty much The People's Joker says a law-breaking comedian who is grappling with her gender identity forms a new anti-comedy troupe with a friend and finds herself battling a fascistic Caped Crusader. So it sounds really fun. So I gotta.
It sounds like a better Joker than Joker 2.
Exactly. So I am very interested in seeing that. So that is one that I can hopefully get around to soon. And then we have To a Land Unknown, which I've also not heard of, from Madi Fleifel. So there's that, and then outstanding lead performance.
Okay, no, sorry, but the Joker one, I'm excited. I'm excited now.
Really? Why?
Because they have a character named Mr. J, right?
Yeah.
An emotionally manipulative trans man who is a composite, and then also, to guess what else?
What?
Bill Braun is the Batman, a closeted gay man with far right politics, who is Mr. J's abuser.
Oh my god, that is.
And the Penguin's in there too.
Wow.
Hey, wait, Jonathan Crane is in there. The Riddler, Poison Ivy, Perry White, Mr. Freeze, and Bob. Apparently, Bob Odenkirk's in it.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that's really crazy. So like it sounds like it's actually like made by a fan, because it sounds like it's very much it's not like Joker 2 where it was made by a not fan. It was made by an actual fan who wanted to make a DC film. So.
I thought you liked Joker 2.
I do, but I have issues with it. It's like a very low like, but it still is a like. But then for the outstanding lead performance, so what they do here at the
I'm so
Gotham's.
sorry, but I do have to get going, and I'm getting a little bit sleepy.
Yeah, that's fine. Ross
But
and I
I'll
will.
see you guys next.
Andrew, stick through this category, okay, Andrew?
Okay.
Yeah. But so for outstanding lead performance, I do want to say that they do a gender neutral categories for each one. So just like the indie spirit, so they do 10 for outstanding lead performance and then 10 for outstanding supporting performance. They do that because of non-binary actors. In case there's a non-binary actor who needs to get nominated, they do it just as a way to be gender neutral. So, I'm fine with it. These smaller award shows, but at the big ones, let's hope that doesn't go all right. But the nominations are they've got Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl, Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Marianne Jean Baptiste for Hard Truce. That's what I was talking about there. And then they've got Nicole Kidman for Baby Girl, and then Keith Kupfer for Ghostlight, which I've been meaning to get around to. I think Ghostlight I'm going to love. I've heard people telling me that it's like amazing and it's available to rent, and I'm planning on checking it out very, very soon for November. So
it sounds a little like Drive My Car in a way.
yeah, I know it's like about him like trying to reconnect with somebody who's like passed away or something. And
It doesn't sound like that. Do it sounds like though?
what?
When a construction worker joins a local theater's production of Romeo and Juliet, the drama on stage starts to mirror his own life.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Does that sound like it, or does that sound like Drive My Car in a way?
That does. Just a bit. So but yeah, I'm excited to check that one out. And then you of course got Mikey Madison for Nora.
Oh my god. Wait. Sorry. Don't worry. Just have a new award show, so it's right, okay? Breaking news from the Hollywood Reporter from a minute ago. Guess what?
What?
Juror number 2 streaming on Max in late December.
Oh my god. That's good for us because we can see it, which is good for us. I'll be able to add it to my
Yes.
2024 list, but I feel like that kind of sucks for its awards chances because it's not really going to get like a full-on theatrical run. It's just going to, unless maybe the limited theaters they're doing, maybe they're going to try to play it in those limited theaters for a potential awards campaign, and then they're going to put it on Max for more people to see it, and then try to get conversation about it. I don't know.
Sorry about
We'll
that
see.
though, but I felt like it was breaking news.
Oh yeah, that's definitely breaking news. Yeah, for sure. And that's definitely one that I feel like is important to share because I wouldn't have known otherwise, and I'm definitely glad because I can get around to seeing that for 2024 and so.
Yes.
But that one thing though does worry me though about that thing I told you, right?
Yeah, that does worry me a bit. Not gonna lie.
Because Andrew, like apparently you know the plot of it, Andrew, right? About like how he may be involved in the murder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's actually treated as a plot twist in the movie I read.
Yeah.
Reviewed in the trailer.
Yeah.
And then we also got real quick before I finish the category, we got Brianna times Kylo Ren.
If she's talking to me, she found my girlfriend. She's watching.
Nice. That's awesome. Good to see you in here, Brianna. And then but yeah, we got Mikey Madison for Nora in there, and then Demi Moore for The Substance. So good to see her kind of get into one of these categories. Then we got Saoirse Ronan for, they say Outrun, but it's The Outrun, which I'm excited to check out. Saoirse Ronan is excellent in Blitz, by the way. I will say that. She is excellent in Blitz, but also Water is Wet. That's all I'll say. Justice Smith for I Saw is for I Saw the TV Glow. Is the last nominee here in this category. So, yeah, what do we think of this category? I think it's
Pretty good list.
pretty good list
Yeah.
of stuff here. And I can tell you, I've now seen, y'all have not seen my review will be up very soon for it, but I've now seen The Last Showgirl, so now I can speak on Pamela Anderson's performance. And I can tell you guys, I have issues with the movie as a whole. The movie is like a 7 out of 10 kind of movie. It's not like a great movie by any means, but Pamela Anderson's performance here, what she does in The Last Showgirl, what The Last Showgirl is for Pamela Anderson, The Wrestler was for Mickey Rourke. When Mickey Rourke was like, you know, didn't really have a career, and then The Wrestler came, and he was Oscar nominated, and it was like a huge comeback for him. Something like that is what I'm sensing right now with The Last Showgirl, because she blew me away with how good she was, Pamela Anderson, in this movie. So I'm just gotta throw that out there. Look out. And this is a good first indicator right here. Look out for Pamela Anderson at the Oscars. I think there is a chance that she could sneak into Best Lead Act.
You think she could win?
I honestly, what I could see happening, I think there is potential there, only because with someone like Mikey Madison is very young. So I feel like for her, there's like she's very young. She's going to have her time, you know? But with Pamela Anderson, she's older. This is like, she's got the narrative of she's back now in Hollywood after all these years. We've missed you, Pamela. Here you are now, giving a career best performance.
If she does, though, I could see happening too, though.
What?
I can see being in another Brendan Fraser where she wins for that one movie, then I don't see her ever getting nominated again.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that this is like, if she does, it's like her one chance of, this is her one and only chance to get a nomination. And I think that there's a chance she doesn't win, but I feel like in the case of this movie, at least just a nomination is like a win in and of itself, especially because of just how stacked this category is. Like, it's.
Do you see that with Brendan Fraser or no? I'm starting to feel that way with him.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much set on Brendan Fraser. I don't think he's gonna get another definitely not another win, but I don't think he's gonna get another nomination again. I think that he's won. He can say he's won, and I just don't. Same with Ke Huy Quan. I don't think Ke Huy Quan is gonna have that anymore here soon. But yeah, Pamela Anderson, really excellent in The Last Showgirl. Mikey Madison, I've also seen her performance now, and I can tell you straight up, she might just be the performance of the year. Like, I'm just telling you, like, she is excellent in Honora. So, considering that, I think that she'll win here at the Gotham, and I think that she could win the Oscar as well. Coleman Domingo is excellent in Sing Sing. I would love to see him take this. If he does, I would not be mad. Saoirse Ronan, she is somebody to also look out for the Oscar, because I haven't seen The Outrun yet, but whether it's with The Outrun or with Blitz, I feel like one of those two movies, they could try to play an overdue narrative with her and say, Saoirse, you've been nominated like 3 times or 4 times and not one. It's time to finally award you. So I think that could also play in her favor. We will definitely find out. Or maybe Demi Moore wins here. I could see that potentially happening. She could win the Gotham and help her narrative. Because that's the thing. Demi Moore has sort of like that Pamela Anderson narrative too for her. That's why I could see.
Yeah, because like, do you know how many nominations, big nominations, like Demi Moore has in her career?
Maybe I'm gonna guess like 1.
Yes, in the wrong category too.
Which one was it?
Best Actress, Musical or Comedy for Ghost.
Oh my god. And that
Ghost is
is
not a comedy, is it?
I would not say it is. No. So yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, and also because The Substance is about somebody who's like who is a kind of a washed up movie star, and they're trying to make a name for themselves and all that kind of stuff. It's like the same kind of thing where it's like, we love you, Demi. You're not washed up movie star. We love you. Here you go. Like that kind of thing. So she has that narrative for her. So I'd see like that and Pamela Anderson, like they could go
Yeah.
head to head.
Yeah. Speaking of like Demi Moore, though, okay, like I don't consider this a spoiler. I wish that scene was not shown in the trailer because it makes it look all cheesy, but it works in the movie
Oh, really?
where she's wiping off the makeup.
Oh, yeah. It works in the movie, definitely, like, big time. But I know what you mean. A very great scene. Now we have outstanding supporting performance, and this is one I can already tell you from the photo I'm going to be mad about, and I will let you know why I'm going to be mad about this. So first off, one thing I'm not mad about is we have Yura Borisov nominated for Nora. Let me just tell you, Mikey Madison stole the show, but Yura Borisov was like the MVP. Like, oh my god, Igor is the character's name. Igor is like my spirit animal. He is absolutely just the MVP of this year. Like, more people need an Igor in their life. Like, he is excellent. And he was so good in this film. He played the role super, super well. I will scream out of the top of my lungs if he gets a Best Supporting Actor nomination at the Oscars. Like, I would be so fucking happy. You have no idea. So that would be excellent. Kieran Culkin for Real Pain. This is the thing I'm mad about. All right. Kieran Culkin in this movie, and I'm not knocking on this movie. This movie is in my top 10, maybe even my top 5 of this year so far. I absolutely loved it. But Kieran Culkin is not, I repeat, is not supporting. This is the worst kind of category fraud. The movie literally opens up on him and it ends on him. And then the whole rest of the movie is a road trip with Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin. So they are literally together in just about every single scene. And the other people on the tour, because it's a Holocaust tour that they're on, the other people on the tour, they would be supporting. But these two, there's a lead and there's a co-lead. And they're both leads. Honestly, you could even make the argument that Jesse Eisenberg is the co-lead and that he is lead. Like, the movie is like about Kieran Culkin's character. Like, he is a heavy, like, leading male on the movie. And I understand they think that he can win with supporting. That's what they do. They'll throw them an actor a bone sometimes, like, we think you can win with supporting, so here, we're going to put you in supporting. And he probably could win that. He might win an Oscar for this movie if he's in supporting. He just might. Like, I gotta say, he's that good. But he will be winning in the wrong category. And it's
Yeah.
gonna
Okay,
kind
Mike.
of make me mad.
Let me tell you something, Mike. Okay. He just ties into category fraud. Okay, remember like how I keep on you're like talking about, category fraud for Timothy Hutton, in Ordinary People, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they do the four main characters, right?
Uh-huh.
Timothy Hutton is in an hour, 5 minutes, and 4 seconds of a 2-hour movie, 52%, and then Donald Sutherland is in 36 minutes at 29, and then Mary Tyler Moore is in 32 minutes at 26%, and then Judd Hirsch is in 14.83% of the movie. So how is it if the guy is in 52% of the movie and he's the main character supporting?
Yeah, that is messed up. That I do need to get around to seeing that movie, but yeah, that is definitely category fraud at its finest. Same with like when they did Judas and the Black Messiah, and they nominated like Lakeith Stanfield and like supporting, and you were just like, really, you're nominated Lakeith Stanfield and blanking on the other guy's name, but him as well for supporting. That's like you're nominated both. That's ridiculous. So yeah, so Kieran Culkin, congratulations. You're going to be an Oscar winner, but like for the wrong category. And then Daniel Deadweiler for The Piano Lesson is one that could be snubbed at the Oscars because she's snubbed for Till, which was a travesty.
I got a question with Mike though about a royal
I do have to get going
not
though.
really okay, yeah.
That's fine.
It's not a spoiler though. I mean, it could be considered, but I don't think it is though. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that okay, my dad is worried though about him being like typecast as Kendall. No, I mean as Roman. Is he playing almost the same character as Roman or no?
No. I think he's different because he is sort of like he'll have those tendencies where he plays like the kind of comic relief kind of goofy guy like from Succession. He'll have those tendencies, but but there's a lot more like emotional weight to this performance than I feel Succession has. So for him. So I do feel like it's different. I actually think that when you like Kieran Culkin in this movie is actually a lot like me. Like I connected heavily to this character. I'm like, honestly, when I'm around my friends, I act just like him. And like him and Jesse Eisenberg are like me and my friend Noah. Like we both kind of act this way around each other. And like I honestly definitely feel that like he is me, like the way his personality is. So, but yeah, he's very, very good in the movie. And
but that's not a spoiler, right?
No, that's not. Then we got Bridget Lundy Payne for I Saw the TV Glow, which is another excellent pick there because she was great in that movie. And then Natasha Lyonne for His Three Daughters, which I know we talked about. Like you can also argue that is category fraud as well.
Yes.
And then Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing. And then Katie O'Brien for Love Lies Bleeding, which I think is a really, really inspired pick for a nomination. I am very happy that Katie O'Brien was able to get in because she was excellent in Love Lies Bleeding. And then we have Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, Adam Pearson for A Different Man.
Great actor.
He is a really good actor. I've seen him in like one other movie. I forget the name of it, but
the one with Scarlett Johansson. What's it called?
shit, yeah, I forget the name of it. But he was really good.
Skin Inside or something like that.
Oh, the Skin Eye. Yeah. Under the Skin. That was it. Yeah, I saw Adam Pearson in that, and he was really good in that. So, but yeah, I need to see more stuff with him, and I'm wondering if maybe he could sneak into supporting actor. Who knows? We'll have to see how that movie plays in the overall award season, and then Brian Tyree Henry for The Fire Inside, which is one I missed at the festival, but I don't think Brian Tyree Henry is going to go towards Oscars, but it is cool that he's in here. My pick to win supporting performance. So I would pick, just because these two performances are actually supporting, I would go with Clarence Macklin or Katie O'Brien if you're going off the fact that, actually, no, I would go Clarence Macklin or Yura Borisov. Those are the two one of the two I'd go with if you are going with actual supporting. But as far as the best performance in this category, the actual best performance in this category is Kieran Culkin, I think. So I would probably award him off of his performance, but he's not supporting, so I would say like Yura Borisov or Clarence.
Do you know who I heard though is gonna? Do you know I heard probably gonna steamroll his way to a Best Supporting Actor win this year?
Who?
Guy Pearce.
That is definitely a possibility. I think it's between right now. I think it's between him and Kieran Culkin. I think it's like a 2-horse race between those two right now for Best Supporting Actor. Because from what I've heard, Guy Pearce is like really, really good, and he's been around for a while and hasn't won. So I don't even think
he should have been nominated for supporting actor already too.
I don't think he's been nominated yet, too.
No, we have, but he should have been. You went for
what?
King's Speech.
Oh yeah, he was really good in that.
Or no, like even if you want to go way back,
Memento.
LA Confidential.
Also,
LA Confidential. Too.
Yeah, LA Confidential, and then also Memento. Those are two I feel like were definitely Oscar-worthy performances from him. Next up, we got Breakthrough Performer. This is the final category here at the Gothams, which you can already see one of them there. But we got, not to be confused with Lily Collins, we got Lily Coleus for Good One. I almost said Lily Collins looking at her name. And then we got Ryan Destiny for The Fire Inside. We got Maisie Stella for My Old Ass, which she is superb in. So I'm very happy about that. And then Isaac Wang for Dee Dee, which I love. Dee Dee is on Peacock now, so you can check that out. Ross, it's super good. I think you would love it.
All right, okay, on my list.
Yeah, and then we got Brandon Wilson for Nickel Boys. So yeah, that one is also a really good category. As much as I love Isaac Wang and Dee Dee, I think I would give the award to Maisie Stella. She just impressed me big time in that movie. I haven't seen Good One yet, or Nickel Boys, or The Fire Inside, but as far as the two I've seen, Maisie Stella just blew my socks off and My Old Ass. So yeah, so that is the Gotham Awards, everyone. So that is, I think, let me double check and see when they said the actual Gotham Awards ceremony is happening. Trying to see if they actually have said when it's happening, but it is set for Monday, December 2nd. So And usually they always stream for free on YouTube, so you guys can see it on their YouTube channel. So that, and we'll definitely be doing a, maybe a live reaction to it for you guys, or a like discussion afterwards for the Gothams, like that following Monday. So you guys can definitely stay tuned for that whenever they happen on December 2nd. So,
And plus, this watch was already more fun. This year's award thing is more fun. You know why?
why?
We knew that Oppenheimer was going to win everything. We don't know what's going to win this year, huh?
Yeah, it's not like a, it's not like a thing where Honora is going to run away with it or the Brutalist is going to run away with it. It's right now a toss up between like those two and maybe even one more. So it's kind of a more trickier one to predict right now. So yeah, and overall I feel like the 10 best picture nominees in general were a bit easier to predict last year. Like I was able to say like, oh, this is the 10 that's going to happen, and then that 10 happened. This year I am like thrown for a loop. I don't know what 10 are going to happen between like all the 10 that we have. Like it's difficult to know, that's for sure. So yeah, that's the Gotham Awards. Real quick, I wanted to, while we're here, I wanted to go over what I believe from everything I've seen at the festival, what I believe will be like awards type contenders. So the stuff I have seen that I think will be awards contenders, I'm not going to mention every film here that I've seen, because some of the stuff I was like, full on is not going to be an awards contender. Then there's stuff that definitely is going to be. Of course, Honora, we've talked about that one many times. That one's definitely going to be like a best picture, director, actress, maybe supporting actor, editing. It's going to get like the major ones. I could also see a world where Honora, where like different films win different categories, but I could also see a world where it sweeps. It could be like Everything Everywhere All at Once, where it's like it wins director, picture, screenplay, and editing and actress, like the 5 big ones. So I could see a world where it does that.
How was the guy though? I don't hear anyone talk about the guy in it.
Oh yes, Mark Edelstein, who plays Ivan. He was so good in here. Like he was hilarious, and then also like a douche in the best way possible. That's not really a spoiler. You can kind of tell he's kind of douchey a little bit from the trailers. But it is like really, he is so good in that. So I would love to see him get at least some awards buzz at other places. And then yeah, Yura Borisov as Igor, he was like the next standout right beside Mickey Madison for me. But everybody's great in there. I thought all of them were excellent. So yeah, Nora, expect that one to be huge. The other one I want to talk about, I think this would get in twice at the Oscars, is Flow. The reason I think it can get in twice at the Oscars is Best Animated Feature is a lock. Lock it in. It's getting in. It deserves it. It deserves to win in my book. This might be the best anime film I've seen this decade. Like
Wild Robot though.
I think it tops a Wild Robot for me. Like I think just barely it tops a Wild Robot. Like it was damn good. I was impressed at the fact that I could get so moved by a film that had 0 bits of dialogue and just music and animation, and that was it. And the animation is jaw-dropping. What they do with some of the animation here was incredible, and it's one of the things where I was like brought to the point of tears. Like, it was a beautiful movie. But but I do think animation is a lock, and it's also Latvian's submission for the Oscar. Now, Dan, our good friend Dan, he was telling me while it deserves it, he does not think it'll get a Best International Feature nom because it has no words. But for me, I'm like, if the film is like high enough quality, like if it's just a great film, I think that's going to overshadow the fact that it has no dialogue. And I think it can still get into Best International Feature. So I think it could be a double kind of nominee, especially if Janus really pushes it. So, because it's also from Janus Films. Then the other one, we've talked about it. I think A Real Pain can be a real Oscar contender. There we go. With I think this one deserves original screenplay. It's my favorite screenplay of the year. The writing is just excellent. And then I think that Kieran Culkin, he also definitely is deserving. And then Jesse Eisenberg, I would be down to see him in the lead actor or director, honestly. But I think they're going to focus more so on like giving him a like a screenplay kind of nomination for Jesse Eisenberg. And then
Don't be surprised though. Don't be surprised if something happens though. Guess what?
What?
We wake up in like Oscar nominations in the morning and they put him in lead. Kieran Culkin in lead. They do that stuff. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, because sometimes don't actors campaign in another category, but then they get in the opposite category.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that has happened before. So I would look out for that. And then and then of course, in my opinion, I think Best Picture is deserving, but also I think it is a real possibility as well. So that is one there I wanted to throw out. I think that Vermilio, as I talked about, I think that's definitely getting in for international feature. And I think that is one that should get in for cinematography. I don't know. I think it'll be a little bit too small to get in for that. I think it'll only be international feature. And then I'm Still Here is one I watched at the festival, and this one is from Walter Salas, who is an Oscar nominee for Best Original Screenplay for The Motorcycle Diaries. And then the one actress in here, which is Fernanda Montenegro, is a Oscar nominee for Central Station, which was a Walter Salas movie.
We should have won. She should have won.
Oh, really? Is she that
Yeah.
good? I haven't seen it yet.
But like every single person I talk to say how good she is in it. And the person that won should not have won anyway.
Oh, who was it?
Gwyneth Paltrow in Shakespeare in Love.
Ugh. Yeah, bad choice there. But then her daughter, Fernanda Torres, is also in this movie with her, and I think because of that kind of status of your mother was nominated for this one film, and now we can nominate the daughter. I think Fernanda Torres, look out for her. I think she's going to be. I think I have her in my 5 to get nominated for lead actress. I think that she definitely has that kind of performance that is like the girl from Anatomy of Fall, or one of those other kind of performances where she just completely knocks your socks off and blows you away. from just how good she is in this film. So so be on the lookout for her. Definitely it's going to get in for best international feature. There's a good argument for it to possibly win best international feature. I think it deserves to win, but I think it would be a really good winner there. And then also, don't be surprised if Walter Salles gets another screenplay nom. I think a best adapted screenplay nomination is definitely a possibility because it's adapted from the memoir of the son, the true life memoir. In here of Marcelo Ruben Pavia, so definitely look out for that. And also, some people are saying potential, like if there's like Anatomy of Fall type stuff, that potential like best picture. Some people are throwing that out there, so be on the lookout for Sony Pictures Classics. Doesn't really have another big contender this year. So if they really were to like push this as hard as possible, this maybe could get a 10th slot for best picture. So be on the lookout for that. In case something like that does happen. It's very deserving. It's an exquisite movie. Memoir of a Snail is getting in for animated feature. Deserving. It's a really, really great movie. Then the last one that I feel like is an awards contender. Well, all right, the last two. So we talked about The Last Showgirl with Pamela Anderson. I think that there is a really good possibility for her. That's just I'll just have to see how it like really plays out. This awards race. But the other one I want to talk about is Blitz. So I didn't love Blitz. I liked it. I didn't love it. But people are putting this in their best picture predictions. People are putting this in all these different categories. And I still think there's room for it. But I could see a missing picture, honestly, and getting into like other categories, being that kind of film. I do think like costume design, production design, I do think stuff like that could happen. I definitely think sound is going to happen because there's some really great like war sequences in this film where like the sound really, really shines, and that's why I'm glad I did see it in the theater because I got to hear that booming sound, and that was really nice. So I do think sound is a huge possibility. I think that Saoirse Ronan, I feel like she's actually more likely to get nominated here for Blitz for supporting than I do for her in the Outrun, just because lead actress is so stacked and supporting actress is less stacked. So I could see Saoirse Ronan getting in there, and she'd be well deserved. She definitely has some Oscar clips in this movie. She's really, really good in it. So I could definitely see that. And then and I do see a world where I could get picture, maybe screenplay, possibly if they do really like this movie. But I think that's about it. I don't have it in director. I don't have it really much other places other than those, but I think though it's I think it could still be a really good, strong best picture contender. But if it's going to be in best picture, I feel like it's going to be like a 9 or a 10. I don't feel like it's going to be anything above that. So yeah, those are pretty much all the awards contenders that I saw at the Virginia Film Festival. There's other ones, but they're not going to, like The Girl with the Needle, that's not going to get Best International Feature. It's way too bleak, way too dark. I don't think they're going to go for something like that. And there's a few other ones that I saw that are definitely not going to be awards contenders. But but all those ones I saw, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those 7, I think have a chance in their respective categories to get some nominations here and there. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it, guys, for this episode of Awards Roundtable. We will be back again next week, talking, or the next couple weeks from now, to see, like, I'll just see where like award stuff goes and see if we do it next week or next couple weeks. But we'll be back being more consistent with this show, guys. So stay tuned for our next Awards Roundtable episode. It'll be a exciting one. Award season really is heating up, really kicking off. And I cannot wait to see where the rest of the award season goes. So we will see you all next time, guys. Let us know down below what you guys think of the Gotham Award nominations, what y'all thought of Conclave, which films are y'all looking forward to the most that I saw at the festival, which ones y'all think will be awards contenders. Let us know all that down below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe for more awards coverage. We will see you all in the next one. And until next time, stay classy, my friends, and keep on watching those movies.